the fuck? Good news, Mark. We can finally be bees. I have an idea. This is important. I don't like you. Oh. Yeah, definitely fish. Okay, so hear me out. I'm gonna make thumbnail for YouTube. Okay, and then we need to basically get one more. We'll go for this first. I forgot to. Good news, Mark. We could finally be bees. Yeah, okay. Dude, I'm so mad. Hassan got unbanned. I saw like Hassan Piker got unbanned, and I'm like, yep, that what happens. That what happened when I'm here. Like I watched that, and I'm like, dude, he got unbanned in like one day. I'm sorry, but like, I want to stream on Kick. Dude, this is what happening. If like streaming on Kick, like. Good news, Mark. We could finally be bees. Like, I was watching, like, because, like, I'm sorry, I'm saying this. But I think, like, what someone needs to do is email, like, the Amazon CEO and be like, dude, I can't believe you guys have literally let this guy still on your platform. Like, yeah, guess what? YouTube have him, he getting banned. Sorry, he not kites nah. Or James. Good news, Mark. Like, I was watching that, and it's literally the. Oh, I just got chain hit hard. Okay, but no, I'll say it. I think the big issue is Twitch pretty much have. Twitch should. Okay, I want to make a video on it called like the truth about free speech after Ludus. The truth is, for anybody who said there are, they don't exist. And that not me joking, by the way. They actually don't even exist at all. Oh, let's go. I got 3 hamster wheels. Yeah, but no, as I was saying, I think the big issue with Twitch, if you want to know, is Twitch can't handle... Twitch doesn't have proper moderation. Like, the issue is, I think, like, Twitch needs to have, like, a fair metric. Like, yeah, you do this, you get banned. And I think they need to remove one-day bans. Because they don't do anything. I'm sorry, if I get a one-day ban, guess what? And for something serious, then what happens is... Okay, but go in. I get a one-day ban. Guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. But we go in. Oh, I got one-day ban. I'm not streaming for one single day. And literally there are no downside. Yeah, I can miss one day. And I get 10 times the viewers. Immediately after, by the way. Like people want to be like... one-day ban don't do anything. By the way, that's true. That is 100% true. Okay, okay, after you. Cool. Like, because I think the bigger issue is... Let's go. Twitch has... Like, I have a theory why Twitch does it. The theory I came up with is that Twitch generally doesn't have a good system for it. Like, think about it like this. You get banned on Twitch. Like, get what happened. People say, oh, it's a false ban, all that. And I think Twitch is more worried about people actually getting falsely banned than actually. Like, think about, like, the Twitch bans you. Okay, we're gonna play a... I want to try something. On general... control... eyes... Yeah, okay, I'm just reverting. Yeah, but I think half of it is Twitch doesn't have a good metric for saving. Like, Twitch bans you, you're basically not going to get banned for a year. but like Twitch permabans you. Like, okay, like you get a week ban. Guess what? They're like, oh, well, you're still gonna get paid, and when you come back after the like week ban, guess what? You could still post on Twitter, and if you're smart, like, you could just go on YouTube. So like, there are no metrics because we can't be too strict, guys. And this is what happened. If like we can't be too strict because you guys are going to like Kick or Rumble or YouTube, and we can't have that. We can't have Hassan Piker, our money cow, going on this dirty platform. Like, and when I say dirty, I mean like YouTube. And that's sort of why. Because I realize that they have to be very lenient. But I was watching a YouTuber talk about it. He's like, I'm listening. He's like, dude, do people want to say left? Dude, all the left people are on Kick. They all left. Oh, that would have been bad. Boop. Yeah, by the way, half of the YouTubers they're saying is yeah, I know how you work. 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 You're getting hit by every attack in the book. Oh, you hit me? You hit me? But give away. Your pups that are coming after me? Give away. No. Boom. Yeah. I hate that because I have to do like multiple jumps. But I think is a very good point. Is what I'm saying. If like they don't want to be too strict because guess what? Everyone will move to YouTube. Literally, Twitch is the worst place to go. That's why I'm multi-streaming. Because half of it, like, you can't make money off Twitch because you have to have 3 viewers, but you can't go up because guess what? You get a kick contract that allow you to multi. Yeah, you're not partner anymore. Goodbye. It turned out that you did nothing. That you did nothing wrong, but like how Twitch handles itself was very poorly run. No. You're bad. You should just stop. Oh. So I need one more, and then we can get the first armor set, which give me 10 more damage. Actually 11. Because we will put growth on it. But like that one. 2 of like literally everyone does not like Hassan Piker. It's so interesting, like watching, because I was watching a video because I kind of want to watch the. You know what? We're watching a video. We are watching a video.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
All across the internet, thousands and thousands of people are making the same plea.
Yo, can somebody just do it? Can somebody, anybody, just do it?
Somebody's got to do it. There has to be somebody out there that is willing to do it.
Who's going to take the initiative to do it? We all know when me. needs to be done, and somebody needs to do it.
If someone does it before the summertime, it's gonna be like that one summer when everyone was playing Pokemon Go and everyone was a friend.
Gotta do it. For the good of everybody.
Do it, please. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm not saying somebody should. Nobody should.
I 100% dare you to name one thing that you hope happens in 2025.
Alright, face it. Your life is a complete mess right now. The laundry's not folded, you haven't exercised in weeks, you're spending way too much money going out, and you're doom scrolling.
On X, TikTok, Instagram, and in comment sections all over, people are begging, pleading for someone out there to just do it. In these pleas, the subject is never stated, the action is never spelled out, but somehow somehow we all know exactly what's being said. But in case you are somehow still in the dark, these memes are about unaliving Trump. And sorry to say it in very dumb algo speak terms, but I don't want this video to get taken down from YouTube. What we're witnessing is not just an absurd or ironic online trend. It's something much, much deeper. We are living in a political tinderbox. Trump is back in power, enacting policies that undermine civil liberties, environmental protections, and our economy. Elon Musk is gutting the federal government while billionaires rob us blind. Institutions that were built to serve as guardrails are bending and breaking, while Democrats are not even symbolically resisting. The courts are caving, the press is depleted, and the idea of accountability feels like a joke. Dissent is being criminalized, speech is being surveilled, and legal U.S. residents are literally being deported for thought crimes. These memes are symbols of a society teetering on the edge. Memes have always reflected cultural moods, but these posts are about something more than that. They tap into this belief that the system is beyond repair and that nothing short of a seismic, violent shift will change the direction that we're heading in. In this video, I'm going to attempt to dissect this belief and unpack exactly what led us here. I'm not going to get into whether these memes and posts are moral, legal, or even advisable. But what I want you to understand is is where these memes are coming from and what they say about the cultural and political moment that we're currently living in. Because these memes are not just about unaliving Trump. They are about collective trauma, political cynicism, our decaying faith in democratic institutions, and so much more. To start, I want to talk about exactly how and when millions of people lost faith in the system. This was not an overnight phenomenon. There were pivotal events over the past few years that pushed people to this moment. And I don't think that you can look at the "someone should do it" memes without examining the major cultural and political turning points that we've recently lived through. To begin with, we have to go back to March 2020 when COVID hit. And before you tune out, because I said the word COVID, listen to me. The year 2020 is actually a time in history that the entire US government, the mainstream media, and pretty much everyone in power has spent billions and billions of dollars waging a massive propaganda war to try to make you forget. And that propaganda campaign has worked on a lot of you, because the period in time that most of America has memory hold was actually pretty revolutionary. In the early months of spring 2020, when COVID began to spread, the US witnessed a momentary glimpse into a more equitable society. The entire US government was taking care of its people in ways that it hadn't before. The US government has spent so many years since blasting the public with propaganda that a lot of people today have forgotten just how revolutionary 2020 was. Policies that we were always told were absolutely impossible in America suddenly came to fruition. I want to go through a few notable ones. There was the CARES Act, enacted in March 2020. 2020, which provided direct financial assistance to struggling workers by extending unemployment benefits. And offering an additional $600 per week. The Families First Coronavirus Response Act which also passed in 2020, mandated paid sick leave and increased funding for food assistance programs, lifting countless people out of poverty. On a state level in 2020, 2020, states like New Mexico began offering free childcare, a policy that lifted approximately 100. $120,000 people above the poverty line. The state even began taking budget surplus directly from oil and gas revenue to fund early childhood education. This stuff was so progressive, I actually can't even imagine it happening now, which is again because of the downstream effects of all of this propaganda trying trying to make us forget this stuff. Other states, including Connecticut, implemented universal free school meal programs, ensuring that all students had access to hot nutritious meals, regardless of income, for the first time. These policies and dozens more resulted in a significant reduction of food insecurity across America. In 2020, SNAP benefits were increased. And helped feed over 15 million young people. From 2020 to 2021, the expansion of food programs across the U.S. resulted in 2.4 million households no longer being food insecure. I can't explain how life-changing this stuff was for millions and millions of people in America. And people weren't just being fed. Millions were also suddenly able to get health care in 2020. The government made it easier than ever to enroll in Medicare and Medicaid, which resulted in millions of people who had been previously unable to to afford health insurance suddenly able to get care. The government invested $145 million in expanding telehealth services, meaning millions of disabled and housebound people could finally access care, some for the first time in decades. In 2020, housing insecurity plummeted thanks to federal policies like the Treasury Department's ERA program, which provided over $46 billion to support housing stability for renters. There was a nationwide eviction moratorium, and the government rolled out a suite of tenant protections. California, actually, where I live, helped thousands of previously unhoused people gain gain access to permanent housing. I don't want to go on too much, but these are just a sliver of the policies that we saw the government enact during the early days of the pandemic, and they showed everyone in America for the first time ever what was actually possible if we allocated just a fraction of the billions and billions and billions of dollars that we spend on the military and things like tax cuts for the rich towards the public good. I just want to talk about 2020 a tiny bit more for a couple minutes because, again, there's this multi-billion-dollar propaganda campaign to try to make you forget all of this stuff. And it's really important to remember what happened that year if you want to understand why we are where we are today. In 2020, as millions of people shifted to remote work or faced unemployment, they began to question traditional structures of labor and productivity. People started to realize that the economy could function differently and that it could prioritize human well-being over relentless productivity. These mass realizations sparked widespread discussions about systemic inequality and the role of the government in addressing it. Mutual aid networks flourished throughout 2020. Communities organized to provide each other with food, medical supplies, and support. We were all encouraged to mask and protect each other from airborne disease, not just kill our neighbors and service workers with unmitigated COVID spread. These grassroots efforts exemplified the potential for collective action and solidarity. In 2020, we also saw the rise of the nature is healing meme, which spoke to the environmental impact humans were having on our planet. As skies cleared with fewer people commuting to their offices, carbon emissions dropped, and many wondered out loud, what if we didn't go back to normal? What if normal was the problem? Climate disasters, from wildfires in California to hurricanes devastating Central America, people began to leverage the internet as a powerful social justice tool. TikTok became a tool for IRL organizing and protest planning. Masses of people began connecting with each other online and and building support networks. Suddenly, people realized that the internet could be a weapon against elite systems. The online world became the default reality overnight, and people leveraged social platforms to speak truth to power. The murder of George Floyd in May 2020 served as a catalyst for nationwide protests against racial injustice and police brutality. Millions participated in demonstrations demanding accountability and systemic change. The sheer scale of protests in 2020 reflected a profound shift. In 2020, phrases like white privilege, systemic oppression, and defund the police entered the mainstream. Institutions from corporations to universities rushed to acknowledge their role in perpetuating injustice. A lot of it was performative. Like, a lot of it was performative, but some of it was real. Again, in 2020, for the first time, millions of people began questioning the legitimacy of systems that were long seen as unchangeable. Why is healthcare tied to employment? Why do billionaires exist in a world where children go hungry? Why do we spend more on police and prisons than on schools and housing? 2020 marked a